Welcome to EduSchedge. This is a tool that I created for myself as a teacher to help me plan my lessons around dates rather than just around a basic lesson schedule. It really helps me when I just need to know, when I'm going to finish up, how many lessons I have, and just it all functions around a calendar, which is just really useful for knowing when things are happening. So we're on the landing page here. If you scroll down, you can see that there are many GIF demos about how to use it, but that's what I'm going to show you right now. So let's get into it. The first thing you're going to have to do is go to your school setup page. This is where you fill out all the details for your school to be able to let the code dictate what happens, with your calendar. You can see here I've set up a dummy school, which is Hogwarts. Just a little joke there. But all you need to do is set up the specific details, such as how many periods per day, what the duration is, and when the start times are. You set up your form, house, or home groups, however your classes are organized. So you can very easily schedule interruptions around that, but I'll talk about that in a second. You can also put your semester dates in. Obviously, that helps to set up the calendar as well. Switching to my account now, once you've done all that, you can set up your classes under this tab. These classes are aligned with the semester that you create. I'm currently in this current semester, not in those previous semesters. But here are my classes. I can very easily add a new one just by clicking that button, which takes me to an add new class form, and I fill out the details. Once I've added my classes, I can take myself to the timetable tab. And here I can just add my classes from the drop-down list, which will show all the classes I currently have in the current semester, and then just populate the timetable that way, and then save changes once I'm done. I now navigate to the Lessons tab. I can, for each class, add lessons or manipulate the lessons. Let's go to the web development course because it seems appropriate for this video. Here I've already obviously made lessons myself because I've been using this, but you can add your own using a custom lesson form, which again takes you to something similar to the new class form. I can also add blank lessons. I can import lessons from other classes, and I can also just show lessons that have already occurred. On this screen, for each lesson, I can edit, delete, or copy them. I can also shuffle the order around. So if I think things aren't working, then I can just drag and drop those classes as shown. I can then import lessons as well. So if I were to repeat a class, in a different semester, well, I could just grab that and then select any lessons that I want to copy in and import them. I can also add interruptions that the school might have. This would be things like excursions or camps, or potentially impromptu interruptions like a fire drill or an assembly maybe. Anything that interrupts your lessons. Because there's nothing worse than scheduling a lesson plan and then on week 1 you find out you don't have that lesson, and then everything in your calendar that you made has to shift down, and that just becomes a nightmare. This handles that automatically. Very easily. You just add new interruptions and you're good to go. So this will automatically populate a calendar. You can see here this is showing me the calendar for the month of September, but I can very easily change the month as well. I've got a few color codes here. We've got assessment lessons are green, normal lessons are blue, and then special events are yellow. That is all dictated by all the settings and all of the lessons that I've created just before. But there you go. That shows you very easily how that works. I obviously can also just select per class, so I can see just individual classes. If I want to add a special event, I can click on a date and just add custom events. That can be things like due dates, but potentially things like yard duties or just any sort of reminder you want to put in there. I can also come to this button, and this will allow me to subscribe to my calendar from an external app. So for example, if you like using Google Calendar, then you can copy this URL and then follow the steps there shown to subscribe to the calendar from your external app, and therefore it will sync with probably your own personal calendar if you choose to use that. Now, if you come to the dashboard, It shows you a really nice view of what you've got each day. This is a nice one to look at because I've got a normal lesson here, I've got an assessment lesson here, and then there is also an interruption for the day here. If there were to be any other events like due dates or yard duties, like I mentioned before, then they would pop up here too. So it's good to just come here at the start of the day and you have a look at what you've got, or at the end of the day, go to the next day and look at what's coming up. So very easy. So if I go to the Manage Subscription tab, I can see just what plan I've got. All new users will be automatically on the free tier. I've given myself a paid tier, but when you sign up for the first time with no strings attached, you can just simply get one single class, so you're limited to a single class, but you can give it a go, and if you enjoy it, then you can choose to pay. If you don't, then that's fine. You can use it for free as long as you want. EduSchedge Premium is $5 per month, and that gives you access to as many classes as you want. So you can use it like I use it. There is also the school account option, in which case your school can pay for $50 a month, and all teachers as part of the school can use it for as long as they want and with as many classes as they want. So I hope that all makes sense. I use this all the time for myself, and it's great for me. So I was hoping that other people might want to use it as well, and they might also want to pay for it so I can get some money back too. There's a contact sheet down the bottom, so you can choose to contact me that way if there are any bugs you find, or if you just need some help with any of the features, or if you want to suggest a feature, then that would be helpful too. Hope that all makes sense. Thanks for listening, and hopefully this works for you too.